What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome today to something a bit different. Now, you guys may have seen it, or some of you may haven't, but video is going to be about the characters from a little series called Alphabet Lore. If you don't know what it is, it's an animated series made by a YouTuber called Mike Salcedo, or Salcedo, whatever you pronounce it. But yeah, it has 17 million views, the season 1 episode of Alphabet Lore, and if you haven't seen it, go check it out because it has been amazing. But today I'm going to show you all the characters from Alphabet Lore. So, whenever you're ready, let's get right into it. And here is the first character of Alphabet Lore. Obviously the letter that my name begins with. It's A. And you can see he's got 4 teeth in the hole and then 2 square eyes, and he is red, obviously, one of the best colours in the world. So, but yeah, he looks pretty cool, to be honest. He's looking swag with the eyes, you can see. But yeah, that is what A looks like. Obviously the letter that my name begins with. So that is the first letter. Up next is B. You can see that he looks a bit weird. He's got a little nose there, and his mouth looks like a rectangle, a thin rectangle. You can see his eyes there with 2 square eyes. And yeah, you may be thinking, wait a minute, is the back of him look like a butt? Well, no. They are actually wings. He flaps this side and this side, as you can see, and he flaps like a butterfly. So, yes, that's exactly what B is looking like. So here, but that is the second letter of Alphabet Lore. So there you go. So on to the next one. Up next is C. You can see he is yellow, as you can see. He's got angry eyes. You can see he's got some teeth at the bottom of the top bit and then on top of the bottom bit. He looks like a magnet with the shape you may be thinking. Or maybe pincers. But he looks angry as heck, as you can see. But yep, hey, as you can see, get it? On to the next letter. Up next is D. You can see that he has got some eyes and a small mouth with a nose there, you can see, and he is all green, as you can see there. So D looking pretty happy, as you can see, and he looks pretty cool, to be honest. So that is the fourth letter of Alphabet Lore. And now we move on to E. And as you can see, it looks like he's got a cyan or turquoise colour, but E is looking pretty mug as always. You can see his eyes are a bit down there, and his mouth is the bottom part of him, and E is looking pretty funny, as you can see, and his top part looks like he's got hair or something. But yeah, that is what E looks like. Up next is the one that everyone's been waiting for if they've seen Alphabet Lore. It's F. He looks evil, as you can see, with the cross eyes. But yeah, if you haven't seen Alphabet Lore, you should go and watch it and see how he looks evil. But yeah, you can see he is all evil there. You can see some sharp teeth on him and there, and he looks really cross. So yeah, F looks really evil, as you can see. Up next is G. You can see how cool he's looking there, all purple, as you can see. And he looks to be one of the heroes of Alphabet Lore, so I'm pretty sure you'll get to it when you see the thing. But yeah, G looking cool, as you can see there. And of course, it is the first letter of my surname, which I'm not going to tell you because it would probably sound funny. But yeah, G looking cool, as you can see there. So on to the next letter. Up next is one of the weird letters. It is H. And you can see H looks like a ghost, as you can see. You'd be like, wait a minute, are those his hands and his on the top and his feet at the bottom? We really don't know, but he looks like a ghost. He's got weird eyes there. It's like he's got a dash on a keyboard key, whatever it is, and his mouth looks a bit weird too, but pretty damn cool. So that's what H looks like. Up next is one of the most cutest letters in Alphabet Lore. It's baby I. Yep, so I is looking really adorable, as you can see. Look at him, he's got some big square eyes, as you can see, an adorable smile, and a bit of a light blue colour. So I is really one of the cutest in Alphabet Lore. So there you go. Up next is J. Now, you can see he looks a bit weird because of, well, you probably can see. He probably might be one of the coolest letters, but a bit weird, to be honest. So we're not going to talk about that. On to the next one. Up next is a cool letter. It's K. Now you can see, are those feelers at the top of him? Well, yes, it really is. He looks like a bee, as you can see. You can see he's got eyes that look like a bee, and he's even got a beak as well, which it looks like a bird beak, but sometimes bees have those kind of beaks. And you can see these parts here, he uses them to fly. So K is really a pretty interesting letter, as you can see. Up next is L. Now you can see what on earth is he doing? Well, that's just the way he is, obviously, looking pretty smug, to be honest. So L is trying to see if he can not be too weird, as you can see, but yeah, that is what L looks like. So on to the next one. Up next is a very big letter. It's M. And look how big he looks. Honestly, he might be one of the chunkiest letters you ever seen in alphabet law. But he looks really cool, red with those eyes and that weird looking mouth that looks like a worm, as you can see. But M is looking like this, and yeah, he might be one of the strongest in alphabet law, but you never know until you see the show. But that is what M looks like. Up next is another letter that's important in alphabet law. It's N. Now you can see how weird he looks with these square eyes again, and the same eyes that look like M's, and you can see his mouth just over here, and with just 4 teeth in that part of his letter, and that is what N looks like, which is looking all orangey and a bit peachy because of the colours of it. But yeah, that is what N looks like. So on to the next one. Up next is O. Now he really is visually a donut-like shape. You can see his mouth is this circle here, and he's only got one eye, as you can see. Kind of like an alien, but definitely a donut-like shape. Look a bit like a wagon wheel or something. But O looks like that. And yeah, on to the next letter. Up next is P. And P for pink, as you can see. And you can see her mouth is all the way up there, just below her eyes. You can see the eyelashes as well, just there. And I just want you to know that G, probably you know G, might actually be in love with P. Just watch this clip. Now you know why. Okay, next letter. Here's the next letter. It's Q. And Q to me looks like a snail, and he is a snail, so you can see that. Q is really one of the slowest letters in alphabet law, and you can see his mouth is sideways, and he definitely has eyes that looks like a snail, a bit like Gary the snail from SpongeBob. But yeah, that is what Q looks like, so on to the next letter. Up next is R, and he's a pretty mad letter, as you can see. You can see he's got one eye in the middle bit, just over there, and you can see his mouth just over there. And R is a pretty arrogant letter, as you can see. Also red. Hey, R for red. So yes, that is what R looks like. Only a few letters to go. On to the next one. Up next is S. And as you can see, he looks like a snake. In fact, he is a snake. And that's what an S stands for. S for snake. So S is a slippery snake. I'm a silly little sneaky snake. So yep, that is what S looks like. Only a few letters left. On to the next one. Up next is T, and as you can see, he looks a bit like a hammerhead shark. In fact, he is one. You can see the eyes look exactly like one, and you've got his mouth in the middle, and he definitely is a tall T, as you can see. So T is definitely looking like a hammerhead shark. So that is what T looks like in alphabet law. On to the next letter. Up next is U. Not really the most seen letters in alphabet law, but he is another character. So U has got an eye on each side right here, and you can see his mouth right at the bottom, just over there. A nice lime green letter, but obviously he hasn't been seen a lot in alphabet law, but U is the next letter, as you can see. So, on to the next one. Up next is V. V for victory, or V for violence. We don't know. He's got eyes on both sides, as you can see, and in fact his mouth is shaped like a V. It's also shaped like a boomerang. It looks quite much like it. But V definitely has got himself his style, and in fact he's a nice dark blue colour. So yeah, V looks exactly like that. Only 4 letters to go, and here's the next one. And here's the next letter. You've heard of U, well, not this one, it's W. And as you can see, they are twins. And in fact, looking very, very cross. They look like wizards or witches or something. In fact, that's what W stands for. So W literally is a twins, but to me looks a bit like wizards or something. But yeah, W is of course one of my favourite letters from alphabet law, looking very, very cool as ever. So on to the next letter. And here's the next letter. It's X. And X looks like a ninja, as you can see. And he is looking really cool, as you can see, standing in front of F's cave. And X is looking to see what he can show. A very nice looking letter, as you can see. But yep, that is what X looks like. Literally like a ninja. On to the next one. And here is one of my most favourite letters. It's Y. She's adorable. Look at her eyes and her mouth, obviously. She's got nice eyelashes. She kind of looks like a marshmallow. In fact, that's what some people say. But that is one of my most favourite letters, obviously. And yeah, Y looks really adorable. Look at her. In fact, if you guys have seen Alphabet Law, would you want a plushie, like a plushie of Y if they do some? Because I definitely would want one. But yeah, that is what Y looks like. And we've now got one more letter to show you. And here he is. It's Z. Or Z, as some people call it. But he pronounces it as Z. Z, as you can see, has got F's mountain all the way at the top of his head because he's the most gigantic letter in the series. So Z is definitely the last letter. As you can see, he's got one eye up there and another eye down there with his mouth diagonally in the middle. Looks like a slash sign. But yep, that has been all the letters from Alphabet Law. If you guys did enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe with notifications on. And also don't forget some comments down below to let me know what you think. So thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.